Hi students, it's Mr. Thayer. Today we're going to solve a couple problems by substitution. That's how we're going to solve this system. So if you want to take out your steps to substitution, if that helps you to have those by your side, go ahead. Step 1, isolate a variable. Well, in number 3, both y's are alone. And to be clear, let me bust the myth that y needs to be solved for. When doing substitution, x or y can be solved for. Just so happens y is in this problem. So since y is already solved for, I'll take x plus 4, put a parentheses around it, and I will substitute it in place of y in the second equation because x plus 4 equals y. They're one and the same. So now I'm going to rewrite the second equation, or step 2. We're going to use substitution and rewrite it. So we have x plus 4 equals negative 3x minus 12. So you've done the first two steps. Well, this first step, isolate a variable, was done for you. The second step is wrap a parentheses, substitute in the second equation, and now we're ready to move on to step 3, which is to solve. So solve means use your regular algebra skills. You have variables on both sides, so get your variable to one side first. I'm going to choose to add 3x to both sides, which will give me a 4x plus 4 equals negative 12. Okay, you moved your variable by adding or subtracting, and now we'll focus on reverse order of operations. Quick reminder, when solving for a variable, you start with addition and subtraction and work your way backwards in order of ops. So we're going to get rid of the plus 4 right now by subtracting 4. 4x equals negative 16, and now get rid of the times 4 by dividing by 4. So we believe x is equal to negative 4. Okay, let's substitute that negative 4 in place of x in one of the two original equations. And let's go see what y is. Y is equal to x plus 4, or in this case, negative 4 plus 4. So we think y is equal to 0. So our solution that we suppose is correct is negative 4, 0. But the only way to know for sure is to do a check. So we'll do a check. We'll start with the top original equation. Let's plug in negative 4 for x and 0 for y. So is 0 equal to negative 4 plus 4? Yes, that was quick. Let's do the second original equation. Is 0 equal to negative 3 times negative 4 minus 12? Well, that's positive 12 minus 12, and yes, that is also equal to 0. So negative 4, 0 is your solution. So to recap, you had a variable alone already, step 1. Step 2, substitute that expression in place of the same variable in the other equation. Step 3, solve now. Step 4, solve for the other variable. Step 5, write it as a solution point and check. All right, let's bounce over to number 4 now. In number 4, you don't have a variable alone. So again, get rid of the myth that you have to solve for y. It's not true. Solve for any variable you want that you think would be the easiest. In this case, the easiest one, in my opinion, is the variable x because it has no number next to it. So I'm going to rewrite this top equation and show you in one move we can get x isolated by adding 2y to both sides. So x equals negative 5 plus 2y. You've isolated x. If you chose to isolate y in any one of the other equations, it would take you more than one move, and you would also be dealing with fractions, which is fine, but it's not as simple as doing it this way. So again, pick a variable that's easiest to isolate. It can be y or x. Okay, you've done step 1. So wrap this in parentheses and substitute it in place of the same variable x, but in the other equations. This is going in for x right there. So I'm going to rewrite the second equation now, and instead of x, we're going to put negative 5 plus 2y. Finish rewriting the whole second equation. Now we only have the y variable to solve for, so we'll distribute and get our way to solving for that y variable. Okay, use your algebra skills, start cleaning this problem up. Combine like terms. And now remove addition and subtraction. That's a positive 20, so we will subtract 20 from both sides. which will give us a negative 40 and a negative 10y. So get rid of that negative 10 through division, since it's multiplying currently to the y. You got y equals 4. Okay, quick recap. You isolated a variable, x. You substituted that expression in place of x in the second equation, and now you solve for y. So you are 95% of the way there practically. Let's go get the other variable, the x variable. It's really simple. You've done all this hard work to figure out what y is, so put that 4 in place of y right there. X equals negative 5 plus 2 times 4. X equals negative 5 plus 8, or x equals 3. So you believe the solution to be 3, 4. Let's make sure it's that by doing a quick check. We'll do our check in pink. Using the original equations, is 3 minus 2 times 4 equal to negative 5? 3 minus 8, does that equal negative 5? Yes. So the top equation checks. Let's do this bottom equation. Negative 4 times 3 minus 2 times 4, does that equal negative 20? Well, that's negative 12 minus 8. When you subtract those two together, it's like adding two negative numbers. That does equal negative 20. So yes, 3, 4 is the solution. So I hope these substitution examples help you. Remember, you can use your notes to follow the steps. You got this. Good luck.